Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name's Olivia. This is my March monthly reset. I enjoyed doing the one I did last month in February, so I decided to do it again. If you're new here, I do mainly like vlogs, lifestyle, fashion type content, both here and like on TikTok and Instagram. So if I'm at all intriguing to you, or you like me even a little bit, you can follow me on all my other platforms. But I'm trying to make 2024 like my year. We're kind of in the trenches right now in the last few months, but it can only go up. But like I mentioned, I did a February reset last month, talked about goals, kind of did a January recap, and we're gonna do the same thing. So going over my February goals, how I did, what I didn't do, and then prepping for March. It's currently March 3rd as I'm filming this. Hopefully I can like get it done and edited and uploaded, because last month in February, I ended up uploading the video for my monthly reset like February 9th or 10th. And it's already a short month, so it was just like kind of weird, whatever. So let's just jump right into it. I have my laptop here and I have my goals set up on my Notion, so I'll put like screenshots of everything here. I mentioned in my February reset and then also at the very first video that I posted of the year that I was trialing the 12-week year. I always like mess up the name. It's called the 12-week year. And I went into more detail in the February reset and then even more detail in my 2024 like beginning of the year video. But it's basically just taking like a few goals and focusing on them for like a whole quarter instead of having like a bunch of goals for the whole year. You can like kind of streamline it. So last month I was like, maybe I'll do more monthly goals and the 12-week year goals and like see which one I'm kind of gravitating towards and which one like works better for me, like the system and whatever. I felt more drawn to just like my February goals, like monthly goals in general, even though I did meet one of my my quarterly goals, my 12-week year goals. The 3 goals that I set for myself at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of my 12-week year, were 1, to match to one of my top 3 ranked residency spots, 2, to pay off like a certain amount of credit card debt. What was the third one? Oh, the third was to connect with a different brand for a paid brand deal. Because I've worked with some brands on a paid basis, but I kind of wanted to broaden my horizons, you know, reach out to other brands, etc. And I guess the quarter is technically not over yet. It's over at the end of March, but I did match to my #1 ranked residency spot, so I'm so excited. But moving content will be coming in the next few months, so be on the lookout for that. So those goals have kind of shifted and I've put them into more tangible goals within my monthly goals. So I think the monthly goals are working better for me. I need to go in short sprints. I'll put a screenshot here of my Notion page. I have like my quarterly goals that I was using before, and I have cute little pictures on them because I just think it's fun. Click on my February one. So let's go through my February goals. I had quite a few, I think, and some went well, some like others didn't, but such is life. The first chunk of goals were my health and wellness related goals. I wanted to do movement 6 days a week, and then I kind of had a workout split set for myself. So I wanted to do 4 days of weights and then 2 to 3 days of cardio. And I actually did really, really good at this. There were some days that, like I said, I started working middle of February and my schedule is just kind of all over the place. I don't have a consistent like 9 to 5. So and I'm working in a restaurant, so I'm like on my feet all day and I'm just like not used to it. So I would be working at this restaurant from like 10 to 5 or 6 or something like that, and just like standing all day in these horrid black non-slip shoes that don't have any arch support. And then I was like scheduled to do a leg day. I'm not doing it. Like I'm just gonna go home and go to bed, and then I'll do it the next day. But I stuck with the split even if I like skipped a day. I would just like pick it back up the next day. So I still got like my 6 days of movement in a week, which I'm proud of. The next goal was to lose 2 pounds, which isn't a lot. I understand this, and there's a lot of like variance in weight, and like it can be different when you're on your period, and there's like water weight and just, you know, all these, like I know these things. And I'm not like obsessed with the number on the scale, but I've mentioned in my February reset video that like I'm not super happy with my body composition right now, and I thought losing a little bit of weight would help that. So I tried. I didn't like count calories or track anything like that, but I just kind of was a little more conscious of what I was doing and what I was eating. And so I kept track of my weight every day. I skipped some days just because I like forget to weigh myself in the morning. But from the first part of the month to the end of the month, I've like trended down towards that 2 pound mark. Of course, it like is a little bit higher, a little bit lower some days, but like I'm closer to that -2 mark more often than not in comparison to the first day that I weighed myself in the month. That was a lot of words that probably didn't need to be said. So we're gonna check that one off. Next one was drink 64 ounces of water a day. See that? It's been over there and I've been over here. Let me go grab it because I'm really actually trying this month. So towards the beginning of the month, or towards when I like was prepping for my February reset and uploaded it, like I said, it was kind of like a week and some change into the month, I was doing pretty good at this. I wasn't hitting 64 ounces every single day, but I was getting like, this is 32, actually. No, it's 30. Okay, I thought it was 32, it's actually 30, but like around 60, 64, whatever. I was getting like 1.5 in of these, and then I started working, and it's been really, really hard to get my water intake in, because I'm not like sitting at a desk where I can just like have a water bottle and like sip it throughout the day. Like I'll go my entire 4, 5, 6 hour shift without drinking water, and like they would let me obviously, but it's just like hard to, so I cannot in good conscience check that off because I absolutely didn't do it. Okay, next one was to continue meal planning, which I did really good at in January, but again I started working in February and I've been eating fine. The schedule of my eating has been off, which I'm okay with. It doesn't bother me that much because I'm working at this restaurant. Like I get free meals every time I work a shift, so I just don't feel the need to plan my meals because I work multiple times a week. So, and I'll usually like have the leftovers from the meal. So honestly, that goal just like didn't really serve a purpose for me the last month or so. I'm not gonna check it off because I like didn't do it, but I'm okay with not hitting that goal. Last one for like the health wellness goals is to set morning and night routines. No, in January and in the first part of February, I was really good at waking up early. I was waking up anywhere from like 5 to 6 a.m. and just like reading and journaling and like going to the gym in the morning, and I really liked it. But I've just been so tired this last month, and I don't want to bring everything back to this stupid job because I don't like the job. It's like very much not fun and I don't enjoy it at all. I'm working a closing shift tonight. I'm gonna be there until 12:30. What? What? On a Sunday? Okay. Anyways, so it's just like hard to have those routines in place. I tried my best to do, okay, that's a lie. I didn't try my best. I mentioned in the February reset video, I kind of anticipated this happening. I said I wanted to like make sure the habits that I wanted in my morning routine and the habits that I wanted in my evening routine stayed the same, even if like the timing of my day, of my routines was off. I definitely didn't do that. I haven't journaled in a while, which was one of my like morning routine habit, but can't check that one off. I do want to get better at that though, but we'll talk about that in my March goals. Okay, next chunk was personal goals, which are kind of like miscellaneous things, I guess. The first one was to read 2 books. So I did this. I'm in like a really big reading kick right now and I love it. Finished Lessons in Chemistry, so that was like the first book I counted, and then I read Remarkably Bright Creatures, which I loved so much. I would highly recommend it. I liked it better than Lessons in Chemistry, so I did finish those 2, and I'm proud of myself, so we're gonna check that off. Next one was to call Carol, who's my grandma, 1 time a week. She is getting older and just in kind of declining health and lives back at home in Ohio. So I wanted to call her at least 1 time a week, and I did. I actually went to go visit her in February, which was good. Next one was text someone when you think about them, which wasn't like a tangible goal because I think about random people like all the time, so it's not like, you know. And I feel like I did do this. I like contacted a few more people than I regularly would have during a month. Like I texted an old roommate, like, hey, how you been? Texted another friend that just I kind of randomly thought of. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I could always be better at this, but I'm gonna check that one off. Next are my content goals. They didn't go how I needed them to go. So the first one was I wanted to do daily Instagram and TikTok stories, which I posted more in February than I did in January for sure. But it was definitely not daily. I did more Instagram stories than I had in the last several weeks. So good on me, but definitely not daily. So I'm not gonna do that one. Next one was 5 YouTube videos. So I guess I'll show all of them. I wanted to do 5 YouTube videos for the month, 5 Instagram posts, like in feed posts, 5 TikTok posts a week, and then 5 YouTube shorts. Didn't do this. Definitely did way more in February than I did in January. So I made progress, but I didn't meet like that 5 number. So actually, let me see. I had planned to do 5 YouTube videos. Like I had 5 planned out like on my calendar, but I had filmed a Q&A and I ended up not, oh, the hair. I ended up not really liking it, and I was like, it could have gone up, but I didn't want to put it up just for the sake of like getting another video up. So I'm gonna refilm that. And then I filmed on my match day, which was the 28th. And so I would have had to edit it like that day or the next day. And I'm trying to like up my editing a little bit, so it takes a little bit longer for me to edit videos, and get it up like that day or the next, the last day of the month. So yeah, and I was working, so it was just like a lot. 5 Instagram posts. I didn't do that, but I did maybe 3. 1, 2. No, I did 5. Oh, yay. Okay, so we're gonna check that off. I did not do 5 TikTok posts a week. That just, I don't know, I got overwhelmed with it, I think. Okay, so we got one of the content goals. I actually thought I did none of them, but I hit one. And then lastly, my financial goals. My first one was to pay off $500 of credit card debt. And I didn't do this. I made like my minimum payment, but I wanted to pay off more. And honestly, I just like kind of forgot. So that's on me. But the first paycheck that I got, I only got 2. I got 2 paychecks in February. The first one was like little itty bitty because I only accounted for 1 week. The second one was bigger, but I needed to like, you know, take some for like savings and to pay my fat student loan payment that I make every month. So we didn't do that, but hopefully like as I continue to work more and like get paid more, that like won't be an issue. I did put 20% of my income, like my paycheck, into a savings and emergency fund, so we're gonna check that off. And then I wanted to do like a no spend month on, what did I say, food by myself and books, because I felt myself getting into a reading kick, and I was like, I could so easily just like feel myself wanting to buy a bunch of books, so I kind of put a stop to that. So I didn't buy any books. I did recently buy 2 books, but it was technically the month of March, so we're gonna check that off because I didn't spend any money on books in February. And then food by myself kind of meant like in a rush grabbing something quick through the drive-thru because I didn't like want to make myself food or was lazy, whatever. That's what that meant. The only thing I did was go through the Taco Bell drive-thru once when I was back at home visiting my grandma, because I was like running around all day that day, and I like didn't really eat breakfast, and so I was like driving a half hour to my grandmother's house from this other place I was at home, and I literally felt like I was gonna pass out. I was like, I feel unwell, so I had to go get something to eat. So I'm gonna still count this because I think I did okay. Okay, so what we hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 16, 50%. Okay, let's go to March now. I love my little March photo. It's like this girl with really cool Prada glasses on and green nails. So I kept some of them kind of similar if I didn't hit them, or kind of modified them to better suit me. So the first chunk is still health and wellness goals. I'm gonna keep doing like my movement 6 times a week. 4 days of weights, 2 to 3 days of cardio. I'm gonna try to lose 2 more pounds. And then I think I'll be chilling, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. But I'm gonna continue doing what I have been doing and see where that takes me. I'm gonna actually try to drink 64 ounces of water, so like roughly 2 of these. Last health and wellness related goal is I want to go to 1 spin class in March. I used to have a ClassPass membership. I unsubscribed to it, not because I didn't love it, because I do, but just because I didn't want to pay for my Planet Fitness membership and a ClassPass membership. So yeah, just like trying to save a little bit more. But I know, like, I think the spin studio that I like is called Cycle Teak. It's in Pittsburgh. Drop-in classes are maybe like 20 something dollars. So I'm gonna try to book myself one of those just because I really love it and I miss it so much. For this month's personal goals, I want to read 3 books this time. I bought 2 yesterday and I'm really excited about both of them. I've found myself recently on like Book Talk, and I never thought I'd end up there, but I've been there for the last like week and a half and I kept seeing these show up. So the first 2 books of the month I'm gonna read, this one is I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. It's only 64 pages, but there's like no chapters in it or anything. It's just like words. But this one's about a group of 40 women who are locked underground in a cage and they don't know why they're there. They don't know any, like, they know things, but they don't have any recollection of before they were locked in the cage, basically. And to my knowledge, this isn't a book about, like, they never find out why they're there or like get answers to that. So if you need answers to stuff like that, then maybe this isn't for you. But it's just a story about them, and I think they escape eventually based on like the back of the book, like the summary. I started it last night. I'm 30 pages in, and this is the second one I picked up. This is The Women by Kristen Hanna, and she writes historical fiction, which I'm into, but I saw this one at Barnes & Noble, and it sounded really interesting. It's about the veterans and the nurses, the women who were involved in the Vietnam War. These are the 2 that I'm going to get through, and then I don't know what I'm going to read after that. If you have any recommendations, let me know. I know there's a lot of books in this house that I could read for free, so maybe we'll do that. If you have anything that you really recommend, let me know. Okay, that was kind of a tangent, sorry, but it's just like my new personality trait recently is reading. The next personal goal I have for myself is to deep clean, kind of do like a spring cleaning moment. I don't have a lot of like stuff in this house. It's like not my house, so I haven't collected a lot of stuff, but I just want to prepare to move in the next few months and like make it a little bit easier on us. So I want to deep clean and just to kind of get a good refresh going for spring. Do a little spring deep clean. And the last one is like the same as last month. Text someone when you think about them. Okay, my content goals are similar to what they were last month. They're pretty much the exact same, except I'm gonna aim for 3 TikTok posts a week instead of 5. I think I just liked the 5 all the way down, and so I stuck with that, and I know it's like really good to post on TikTok consistently. We're gonna do 3 and see if that works a little bit better. And again, my last section is financial goals. So I'm gonna try the $500 on my credit card again. We'll see how it goes. Again, I'll let you know when we're entering April. The next one is to move and organize my money. So I have like some money in like several different accounts, which is fine. Like I have a high yield savings account. I have like money from brands and like other stuff that I'll mention like sitting in my PayPal, and I need to move it. And just like being a little bit more organized with my money. I have the Rocket Money app and I really, really like it. And so it lets me see everything there, but I just want to organize it a little bit better. Like I want to put more money into my high yield savings account, obviously. So just like be a little bit more intentional about that. Just kind of do like weekly check-ins with myself and with like my bank account to make sure we're like doing okay. Again, 20% into like an emergency or savings funds, 20% of my income. We did that last month, like I said, so we're gonna do it again. I have like some trips and stuff in the next few months. Like I'm going to St. Louis at the end of this month, Charleston next month, Indiana for my best friend's wedding in May, and then in June we might be going on another trip, and then we're moving, like security deposits and like furniture and first month's rent and all that stuff. So trying to save for some of those. Next one is taxes. The taxes. I just like need to do that. That's all. And then lastly, I'm doing another no spend month, but on certain items. I feel like that was helpful for me Because if I gave myself the rule of like straight, like no spend month on anything that's not necessary, I would be sad. But if I give myself like the guidelines of not spending money on only certain things, then I feel a little bit more like a person. So I'm gonna do no food by myself again. And I don't think that'll be hard, especially with my job and getting, you know, food for free. But I feel like it could be more difficult as the weather gets nicer. Like it's 65 and sunny today. And I could feel myself wanting to just like go buy myself a little treat just for fun. And then lastly, I'm not spending any money this month on new beauty or skincare products. There's things that like I'm out of that I have, you know, run out of that I use daily, that I can repurchase those if I want to, if I like them, but nothing, like I'm not going ham in Sephora. Pump the brakes. So those are my March goals. Let me know things you guys are working towards in the comments below, because we're better together. And I'm nosy. Like I mentioned, if you want to keep up with my day-to-day like a little bit more regularly, then follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I post hopefully more regularly there, and you can just see the day-to-day. Thank you guys for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.